Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up.
Well, that's what I'm talking to.
What's good, McAfee? You got McAfee?
I got
Yeah, I got one.
Matthew 27.
Alright, Shalom. We want to give all praises to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Salutations to all the Lord's hopeful elect scattered abroad, teaching His word in sincerity and truth. Alright. And we head back at you with a sit down. Alright, and the sit down today gonna be beware. Wait, what was it?
Beware of the gifts of the Greeks.
Beware of gifts. Damn.
Greeks bearing Greek gifts.
Yeah, what did it say on the title?
Greek bearing gifts.
Yeah, the title is Beware of Greeks Bearing Gifts. And real quick, why this topic is today, you know, because yesterday I was watching this movie, Captive State. And toward the end of the movie, you know, one of the Edomites, he said to the young black dude, you know, the young Israelite, he tells him, beware of gifts bearing gifts. Excuse me, beware of Greeks bearing gifts. All right. And, you know, as soon as I saw that in the movie, I Googled it. And what came up, you know, is edifying, man. It's scriptural. All right. Now, it says, beware of Greeks bearing gifts. And it says, if a rival or enemy shows one generosity or kindness, one should be suspicious of their motives. All right. And the scriptures speak on how never trust your enemy. All right. And also, too, when you further just quick Google searching it, you know, it goes back to the Trojans. And let's see here if I can pull it up real quick. It says, beware of Greeks bearing gifts. Do not trust enemies who bring you presents. They could very well be playing a trick. And saying is adapted from the words of the Lacoon in the story of the Trojan horse. You know? So you brothers can take it from there.
Yeah, this is Rawchaa 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, but like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
See, and that's where the problem starts. Because Jake, you know, when we say Jake, the so-called Negroes and Latinos, you know, the 12 tribes of Israel, you don't know who your enemy is, you know? So in order for you not to trust your enemy, you got to know who the enemy is first and foremost, you know? And that's why these devils came with this whole Christianity doctrine as far as the concept of love, you know? But when you actually get in tune with the scriptures speak upon love, and it also speaks upon hate, you know? And the scriptures speak upon how the Heavenly Father hated Esau, you know? And who is Esau today? Esau is the so-called white man. He's the enemy to the tribes, to the 12 tribes of Israel. So read it again, bro.
So Rawchaa 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemies, for like as iron rusted, so is their wickedness.
That's right, and we see the wickedness of this devil increasing as time goes on. You know, because once upon a time, I had a Crown Victoria, and when I first purchased the car, you couldn't really notice the rust. But as time went on, as the more water hit it and the rain hit it, the rust got worse and worse and worse. That's the same way with this devil and his wickedness. You know, you see it now. He's trying to mandate a vaccine. You know, he got the country on a quarantine. You know, he creates problem reaction solutions, you know, with the intent to control society. You know, but ultimately he wants to do it by way of a RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast that the Bible speaks of. You know, so this devil's wickedness is just only going to increase. I forgot which elitists said it, but they said they thirst for the hour of martial law. You know, they got bayonets with underneath these rifles in which they possess. You know, back in 2012, they cornered the market, and hollow point bullets, you know, pretty much bought up everything. 40 caliber. Yep, 40 caliber. You know, So what? That's the intent to use. You know.
And real quick, with the 40 caliber ballistics, you know, basically that's close quarters combat. You know, that's basically, you know, them basically kicking down your door and shooting within
Point blank range.
yeah, close range. You know, that's for close range combat. You know.
And not to mention, you got this whole 5G. You know, 5G is what's really, you know, killing these people off, and they're blaming it on the COVID-19, which is also known as the coronavirus. You know, so what? Their wickedness is increasing.
Though he humbleth himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Right, you know, though he go crouching, man. And what's one way he's going crouching, man? Making peace of this whole thing, man. Giving out the stimulus package, you know, all right? You know, hey, the scriptures talk about, man, that, hey, the gift destroyed the heart, man. You know? So our people are not looking at he in such a bad light now because why? Because they receive benefits from him, man. You know? But like, as the titles talked about, man, you know, beware of the gifts of the Greeks, man. You know, and that's a heavy statement, man. You know, okay, because you know that when you talk about the Greeks, man, is when so-called Esau regained his power, man. Okay, through the Greeks, man. All right, that talks about it in the book of Maccabees, man. You know.
So Laki, I just want to bring out just a definition of how these devils are moving. It's an ulterior motive. You know, here it is. They're supplying stimulus checks. They plan on sending $2,000 checks on top of that, but it's for an ulterior motive. And I just wanted to get a definition. An ulterior motive is one that lies beyond the apparent motive.
Right.
You know.
And they don't let no so-called what do you call it? Go to waste.
Crisis.
The crisis go to waste, man. You know, because they're basically killing multiple birds with one stone, man. You know, this is basically on a big broad level, man, of how it is to their advantage at this time, man.
Yeah.
You know, because now with the lockdown, okay, they're really doing a so-called war, you know, on Iran, man. Because Iran has sanctions upon them, but their main source of income, all right, for their country will be oil, man. But they cannot pull in the type of money or funds, all right, with these low gas prices, man. You know, okay, they're relying on that, man, because of heavy sanctions being put upon them, man. And their only natural resource that they produce, man, they cannot amass it into the amount that they need, man.
Yeah, you read verse 11 again?
Like in Sirach 12 and 11, though he humbleth himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Yeah, because, hey, man, you know, one of the main times you wipe a looking glass also is when there's a lot of fog in it, man, you know, and you can't really see it. So what's that fog? That fog is the lack of knowledge, man, the lack of understanding. So once you wipe that fog, then you could really see yourself in the mirror. You could begin to brush your teeth and stuff like that. So you can't really see unless you wipe that fog, man. And that's 2/3 of our people. They can't really see our enemies because they don't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding to be able to see them clearly, man. You know, and for example, this is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Here's some of the knowledge that our people should know. This is Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. The people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever. So our people don't have the knowledge, wisdom, understanding to understand this.
Yeah.
That's why they taking the gifts. That's why they buddy with Esau. That's why they defending Esau. That's why if they walking down with a so-called white woman and they see a brother, you know, posted up, all right, speaking against Esau, he can't get with it because they don't have the knowledge and understanding to see that the so-called white man is the border of wickedness, man. You know, and that's why scripture say, and they that are joined unto them, all right, it's gonna be thrust through. Because when he goes to show his horns, then you're gonna find out that it's too fucking late, man. But if you have the knowledge and wisdom to be able to move accordingly, you will not be nowhere near put in that situation, man. You know, and that reminds me of King David, man. It said that the scripture said that he dealt wisely with Saul. All right, so he kept getting out of dodge in every situation where Saul wanted to put him to death because he had the knowledge and wisdom from Yahawah and Rawchaa. Now 2/3 of our people don't have that, man, and that's why they're gonna get caught out there when it's time comes soon, man. Who gonna feel sorry for you, bro? Nobody, man.
Well, just to make mention, I don't know if our brother said it already, but you know, before the cameras on, we were speaking, you know, about this title, man, because you got a viral thing going on within Jake about, you know, Trump, you know, giving what, 1,200 to everybody, and now he's the favorite president. You know, he probably, you know, to them better than Obama.
Yeah.
You know, so now, you know, what the scripture say, a gift destroyeth the heart.
This Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 7. Surely the oppressor maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
See, a gift destroyeth the heart. You know, when you know, here it is, somebody give you a gift. You know, now you basically neglect anything that they done that was wrong. You know, they could do the most vilest thing to you. You know, they could, you know, pop your woman, man. But if he come bearing gifts, you'll be like, yo, he alright, yo, he cool, man. He cool. When here it is, Donald Trump, you know, the king of Babylon, he's a devil, man. You know?
Also, too, when you go into that word gift, it goes into bribe. Persuade someone to act in one's favor, typically illegally or dishonestly, by a gift of money or other inducements.
Right.
So they're gonna flood you with all these gifts and backstabbing. That'll be the end result of that.
Yeah, so bribery is playing a major part. And Jake's so simple right now, so sleek, that, you know, bribery is easy. It's easy, man. 1,200 has got niggas talking about, you know, if anybody, you know, we saw the video on World Star, you know, if anybody come against my President Trump, you know, this is Jake sitting there with a fucking rifle, man, a fucking gun, AK or something like that, you know, pointing it in the camera and saying, you know, we fought Trump. When meanwhile they was demonizing and coming at Kanye when he was just wearing the damn Trump hat,
Right.
you know. But now all it takes for Trump to just give you 1,200. Now all of a sudden, you know, this, yo, hey man, Jake gotta be destroyed. 2/3 of you Israelites gotta be destroyed, man. You know, you have to be, man. It's amazing that really what floats your boat, man. You know, what they really prime themselves on and really pay homage to. It's never nothing with integrity. Then Jake, 2/3 don't have integrity.
No.
They don't have no honor. You know, what could you glory in? You glory in a day like today where you could just go to a goddamn park. You know, you let out your house finally and go to a park and not be harassed by the goddamn police. But they just gave you the illusion of freedom. That's why we've been telling you all this time that you never was free. They just proves that you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Hispanics, Native and Seminole Indians, you never was free. They gave the illusion that you was free. Now all of a sudden, when they take away the park and you're quarantined, you know, you consent. And then now when they finally let you go after a couple 2 months, you know, everybody want to be at the park. Everybody taking advantage of their freedom, you know, little freedom that you have, because you never was free. This is why you carry around a birth certificate and a security card. You know?
Yeah, you mentioned bribery, and it all ties in with though he crouches himself and go and humble himself, right? This is Job 20:10. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Now his children are talking about the Edomites, the children of Esau, Edom, you know? And it says, shall seek to please the poor. Now, out of interest, shall seek to please. I clicked on the word to see what it means, and definition number 1 is to be pleased with, be favorable to, accept favorably. But I want to jump down to definition number D, which says to please, pay off, which means to bribe. You know, that's what it is. You throw a little money at them, and then all of a sudden they love you. You know.
So,
And that's his way of saying he's sorry, but he ain't sorry.
yeah, but just the course of how things are going, man. You know, hey, Jake is gonna be going full fledged with what Eve's plans, man. You know, they don't think he's such a bad guy after all, man.
Right.
You know, everything that he's doing right now is that whatever he's leading them into, they're gonna be fully submersed into doing it, man. You know.
Hey, I just want to make mention, you know, the title of this video is Beware of Greeks Bearing Gifts. Now, this is something that's a saying amongst Esau. Edom, all right? The so-called white man, he says this between each other. Beware of Greeks bearing gifts. You know, when they tell you Jake's this, beware of Greeks bearing gifts, you know, it's saying beware of him. You know, it's bribery. You know, because Esau, when you say this amongst them, they know what this is. They know what that means. You know, brothers brought out earlier the history and like talking about how the Trojan horse was given, and then what, they broke out of the Trojan horse and sacked them by night. You know, and there was a movie also I saw. Yeah, that was Troy the movie.
Yeah.
And there was also another movie that they used that same concept, but the Trojan horse was given off a plague. It was a disease in the city, you know, and it sacked them then. Then it came and stomped them the next morning, you know. But in that movie, Captain State, all right, Captive State, you know, you should watch it, especially in these times. You know, they all had chips in their necks. They had RFID chips in their bodies, all right. He said, the guy told the Jake, he said, you know, beware of Greeks bearing gifts. So are you supposed to trust Greeks? Who are the Greeks? The so-called white man, the ones that call themselves European. All right? They're the Greeks. They were the Romans. Now today, because they don't call themselves Greeks or Romans, they call themselves white people, Americans, Caucasians, you know, which really Caucasian is a good definition, a good description of what they should call themselves, because that proves that they were the caves. All right, they was living in those caves, man. All right,
I got two scriptures real quick. First one is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 20 verse 29. It says, presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove. You know, so a lot of guys that sold out to these elites who call themselves Israelites, you know, and they under 501c3 charters, which is a tax exemption, you know, agreement, you know, they can't teach the truth. You know, they're not allowed to tell you that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. You know, or, you know, you got certain congregations, they're not teaching you the true name of the Heavenly Father and His Son. You know, because why? Those presents and those gifts stop the mouth so that they cannot reprove, so they can't ultimately tell you the truth. You know, but that's why the scriptures speak on in Thessalonians with the Apostle Paul, that how we have free course in the Lord. You know, we're able to speak the truth in spirit, you know, freely, you know, because we're ordained by Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, and not man to be speaking out there on the highways and byways. But the next scripture I want to grab real quick is in Samuel, you know, because this was around the time where the Israelites, you know, wanted a king over them. And that's when Saul was pretty much placed the king over the nation of Israel. But I'm going to start at 1 Samuel chapter 12. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, and Samuel said unto all Israel, behold, I have hearkened unto your voice in all that ye said unto me, and have made a king over you. And now behold, the king walketh before you, and I am old and gray-headed. And behold, my sons are with you. And I have walked before you from my childhood unto this day. Behold, here I am, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed, whose ox have I taken, or whose ass have I taken, or whom have I defrauded, whom have I oppressed? And when you check it out, Esau is in a position that he's in because of the fraud, because of oppression, because of stealing. You know, the scriptures speak upon that in Sirach 12 and 10. You know, because of unrighteous dealings and riches got by deceit. You know, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You know, but here it is. Samuel is saying, behold, here I am, witness against me before the Lord, and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken? Nobody's. Whose ass have I taken? Nobody's. Or whom have I defrauded? No one. Whom have I oppressed? Or of whose hand have I received any bribe? To blind mine eyes therewith, and I will restore it to you. You know, so here it is. Samuel dealt righteously, you know, and guess what? The elect men are also dealing righteously and will continue to deal righteously, you know. So we're not going to kneel to Esau and his dogma. We're not going to kneel to Esau and his gifts, you know, his so-called tender mercies, you know, which are in actuality cruel, because he's going to dress it up as if it's a way of conveniency, you know. But here it is, he got a sword about to stab you, man, and ultimately it's going to get you in detrimental trouble with your power. Misery loves company. Esau knows he's going down, so he's going to bring everybody else down with him, attempting to.
Hey, based off of that, Proverbs chapter 5, verse 1, my son, attend unto my wisdom and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword.
Yeah. I was gonna say something that's strange is, you know, getting something free from this devil. You know what I'm saying? Here it is. You can look at it as far as, you know, abortions, for example, right? Here it is, you make a mistake, you know, you park in a spot, you get a ticket. There's no exceptions, all right? You know, but you make a mistake and have a baby, and you could abort it, and it's, you know what I'm saying, it's nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? Going to show you that Esau has a sinister plan behind it. You know, Esau doesn't, there's no mistakes with this devil. You do the crime, like they say, well, you do the crime, you do the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So why is it to where certain things can be free now? Why is there, you know, free vaccines?
Yeah.
All right, you like a person that has a heart, you know, has heart issues. Why can't their medication be free? You know what I'm saying? Here it is. Esau just playing both sides of the fence.
Yeah, check it too. You know, here it is. Water, right? Water takes up 75% of the earth. So how come we gotta pay for water?
Right.
But vaccines are free.
Right. Right.
You know?
The flu shot was free.
Flu shot was free.
And in this case is also too the people that's going down there to get testing free free testing to see if they got COVID. A lot of them is being positive because why? They got the flu shot. You don't know what's in those vaccines. You don't know all the chemicals in that vaccines. Some of them chemicals you can't even freaking pronounce. No, you looking up the meaning of them on what it come from. You're gonna have to do some real thorough research and studies, man.
Long ass words.
Yeah.
Hey, and to keep it real, for a tube or whatever the fuck they're using, for it to have to go all the way down,
The test.
all the way down your nostrils or wherever the hell it's going to test to see if you got COVID. This guy standing next to me, like, it's not bound to rub off, or he's not bound to catch it. You got to go that far down to actually see if this individual has COVID.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah, I got a quick precept, y'all brothers got heart. We read this in earlier camp. This is Psalms 21, and I'll start at verse 6. It says, "For thou hast made for thou hast made him most blessed forever. Thou hast made him exceedingly glad, and thou countenance." It says, "For the king trusteth in the Lord Yahawah, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Thou hand shall find out all thou enemies, thou right hand shall find out those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger, and the Lord Yahawah shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform."
Right. That's the thing about, you know, being in the end times, is that everything will be revealed. You know, so here it is, using gradualism. Meantime, you know, whole time we see what's the end of it. You know, going back to what the brother had brought up, the brother in the Posh about, you know, that strange woman, man. Esau's being strange, man. You got a man that's always, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, always sad, and then out of nowhere he's happy. What's going on with you, man? You gotta check him out now. You know?
Yeah, and that word mischievous, when you go into the blue letter, all right, it's purpose, discretion, device, plot. Purpose, discretion, device, evil. It says, when you look up in the King James translation, Strong H4209, it says discretion. It says wicked device, thought, intent, mischievous device, wickedly, witty inventions, lewdness, mischievous. And now when I further go into it, strong definition, it says a plan, usually evil. Then it says sometimes good, wicked device, and so on and so on. You know, so Esau with his mischievous devices, you know, you can count that as what? His RFID microchip, which the Bible calls the mark of the beast, his vaccines, all right? Even according to his plans, his new world order, all right? His new way for us to live, man. You know, and it's funny when you watch these movies, now these movies, it should, you know, be playing in your mind as what they're doing, you know, what they call it, pre-programming, you know, predictive programming. And last night I watched 3 movies back to back, you know, and it was all enlightening, just to knowing that, you know, also filter in the scriptures with the spirit of the Lord. You know, you watching and looking and not being a fan of the movie, but seeing what the concept and the plot in the movie is all about. You know, what was the movie purposely made for? You know, it shows you that the time that we're living in and the goals and what these elites are planning to do. You know, I don't want to go into a rant, but just want to make something mention too. You know, Esau had used the scriptures for a script, but the point why they use the scriptures as a script, they're playing as if they're also God. Because in order to win, when you check out all these movies, when it comes to invasions and America's falling, London's falling, why is it that all these movies, America, always come out at the end, always victorious, always persevering, man, always winning at the end? It could be the most worst, disastrous moment, something that they can't come back for, but they end up coming back, and then it's a great heroes movie, right? Because why? These Edomites, they're playing as if they're the Most High. The Most High gave these devils technology and power, all right, to perform miracles, man, all right before your eyes. The Most High is pumping their spirit up and their pride so that he can take them down. So these devils are using the Bible as a script, and they're using the foundation of the scriptures to bring forth their new world order. And how they believe they're gonna win is because they the ones that's causing the problems, and they're coming with the solutions.
Yeah.
Going back to what? Auto ab KO.
Yeah.
Problem, reaction, solution. They start the problem, all right? They make it biblical, all right? And then all of a sudden the people react, and then here comes the solution, and then they got the solution already. But guess what? The Most High has you in a trick bag. Because when you playing according to the script, you're going according to Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi's plan, man. You know?
Real quick, 2 Thessalonians, so in
Yep.
Oh, you had it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, read it.
All right, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3.
Yeah.
It says, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition."
And that's Esau, you know, because we had to fall away as a nation in which we are now. You know what I'm saying? Down and out, it seemed like we don't have no hope, us so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And now what? Esau is being revealed currently. Yeah.
It says, verse 4, "Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High."
Yeah, and that's like getting into the examples like the brother was talking about, like with the movies and stuff. They literally sit in your mind with all of this different programming from the movies and the television shows to make you think that America is this great superpower that you should trust in regardless of what. They implant these things within people's mind so that people naturally think like, no matter what, I live in the greatest country ever. Nothing can never top America. Nothing can ever be greater than this. Whatever we go through, I know we're gonna come out on top against any enemy, foreign or domestic. Like, you know what I'm saying? How do you say it and all that type of shit, man? That's how they play upon the minds of the people. And they damn sure got Jake mentally, man. Jake is completely bugged the fuck out off of everything that Esau is pushing out here, man. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Like how you say, like you see it in all of the different movies. And like I was talking about last week with the movie Maze Runner Part 3. And they showed, and that movie came out 2018, the top of 2018. So here we are, exactly like 2 years later from the movie came out, and you see the scene where the lady is walking through a crowd and everybody got masks on. Predictive programming, but you just ain't see it, man. You know what I mean?
Just to add on to you, the scriptures say, marvel not. Now, the scriptures also say we're not ignorant to Satan devices. And we know the power that the Lord gave Esau through the left-hand side. And he has what? Project Bluebeam. Something he can reject rays and satellites or whatever how it's done and project images in the heavens right before us to make us believe in things that are not true, and we've been suspecting that they would do such a thing. So just want to put it out there. Don't be surprised, with all this, Donald Trump admitting about the UFOs, which they call unidentified flying objects. We call them IFOs. Identifying flying objects, right? And here it is. Don't be surprised, like I said, we just use movies as references, or little things that can be filtered, in the mindset of how these Esau Edomites do. We filter through the scriptures. We're not ignorant. So don't be surprised that if there is some sort of alien invasion that they call it, we know it's Yahawashi, but if it's not biblical, coming out of the scriptures the way the Lord said it would, then you got to know that they're staging it. Watch the movie, what I told you earlier, Extinction. Watch that, because what you realize in that movie, it was an alien invasion. But who was the aliens? The fucking government. They was dressed up in outfits of aliens. They had weapons like aliens. Don't be surprised that this government throughout years may have created crafts that may look like a chariot. They already got I forgot what you call them, something bombers, where the stealth, it come in a triangle that they hover above the right below the belt. Stealth bombers, and it looks like a chariot in a triangle, but it does nothing that our Lord chariots do. But they have made their equipment just as well, just as trying to mirror of the Lord's chariots. So don't be surprised, if they do such a thing, and then, to band everybody together to bring forth their chip, their new world order, the mark of the beast.
They're trying to play good and bad at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
They call it controlled opposition.
Come.
This is Psalms, the 2nd chapter, the 1st verse. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Just like the brother said, because here it is, the Lord says, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So before the prophecies actually take place, the Lord uses his prophets to speak upon the events that will take place, such as martial law, concentration camps, pestilences, World War III, microchipping. So the way Esau has to maneuver in the same fashion is by way of his movies. That he can only live it out by way of a green screen. Like the brother said, like he always makes it look like America's winning at the end. Even in Independence Day, it is Will Smith knocking out an alien. You kidding me? You know what I'm saying? That's a vain imagination.
It's not even possible for what they call alien technology, which is so beyond the intelligence that we ever had, to actually come here and for us to fight against it. How? But they these elites use these directors in their movies to play out what? Their fantasies, man. They call it what we said, predictive programming. They do this because they want you to, they hoping that you willingly, fall into the movie's trap and want to fight and make the aliens the enemies. But instead, the elect, by the washing of the word of Yahawashi, the blowing up the Heavenly Father's breath on the dry bones, man, we with the aliens, man.
Yeah.
What you call aliens, man. We with Yahawashi. That's why Matthew 24, Yahawashi goes into the Lord shortened the days for you. No, excuse me. Salakia. How it goes?
If it were possible.
If it were possible, they could deceive the very elect.
Oh yeah, I'm holding that.
And then another scripture preached in my hands.
Hey, cause to the masses of
All right, we back, man.
the
I got a little bit more here. It said, verse 2 is Psalms 2 and 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree, the Lord hath said unto me, thou art my son, this day I have begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Hey, that when you watch Nat Turner, watch that again. Or they call it Nat. I don't think they call it Nat Turner because but the story's about Nat. And one thing what he was doing according to the movie, he knew the scriptures since he was a kid because the Edomite was she was intrigued that he was a black boy that could read. They thought we were actually animals. These Edomites treat us like animals so much that they thought we could never be able to read or write. Meanwhile, if we did read, they would, kill us, man. But anyway, make a long story short, he learned how to read. He became an adult, and when he went on his, he learned that they was doing him so wrong, and he had he had a little bit of power. When he was going around preaching, they had him going around preaching to the different black folks. The different Edomites they needed Nat to talk to the, this is how stupid you Edomites are. This is how fucking stupid they are. Because here it is, Nat, they thought, Edomites thought that Nat was gonna humble the slaves by teaching them the scriptures to make them obey Esau.
Right.
But instead, he started quoting the scriptures that was enlightening them to fight back and to really give them that inspiration and motivation and fiery spirit to believe in the Lord. And the Edomites didn't know the scriptures, so they was just shocked at that he came and spoke to them, and then next thing you know, the slaves would just be like, yeah, oh, that's right, and they just was like, oh, he must be doing something good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he was for his people. He wasn't for you Edomites, man.
Yeah.
That's why I said watch that movie again, man.
And he paved the way for that Christianity spirit, man. Because right after that, all across America, no Jake was allowed in the church by themselves. The Edomite had to be there to watch and see what you were saying after that, And now you have generations and generations of that, and now they let you off the leash to be able to preach what you want to preach in these churches, man. Which is the exact reason why a lot of these so-called Christianity pastors is dropping dead off of what they claim the COVID-19, man. Which we believe to be off that damn 5G, mainly because they turning up the damn frequency. But really, it's of Yahawah BaHaSham showing that he's not dealing with you people, man.
Sure.
Hundreds of you pastors have dropped dead, man. We all still here. That should tell you something.
I believe too the slave Bible came after that point. I believe brothers correct me, but I think it came after that point. And they
Makes
took
sense.
books out.
Yeah, because
Right.
Nat, and even after that,
I look at
they didn't understand that he was doing that with them. They thought he was doing a good job for them, for the slaves to obey. And then when he started to be oppressed and started to be mistreated, by his own owner, that's when they realized. And what he would say to the slaves, that it was something against them. It was one devil that picked it up. It was like, you not slick, black boy. You're not slick. But that's what the point is. These scriptures resonate with us, man. When we read, when the Israelite read these scriptures, it do something to our spirits. You can't control it, man. Well, through time and through discipline and through good righteous teachers to teach you the way, you can hold it. But the spirit itself in these scriptures, it resonates with us, man. It enlightens us. It don't do that to them Edomites, man. It don't do that to no other nation. You know, it gives us motivation. It makes a brother, it gives you hope, you know? When here it is, we're on the bottom anyway. We don't got shit. What Esau gonna take from us? What are you gonna take from us with that we don't already have? We don't have shit.
I got something for y'all. It's 1 John chapter 5 verse 6. This is he that came by water and blood, even Yahawashi and Mashiach, not by water only, but by water and blood. Here's the point, and it is the spirit that bear witness, because the spirit, Salaki. Romans chapter 8 verse 16, Salaki. So the spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High.
Right. And when you read those scriptures, man, all right, Deuteronomy 28:68, okay? Ships, all right? The scriptures resonate with it. The curses resonate on us. It don't fit you so-called Jews, man, all right, that's in the land. It don't fit you. It fits us, man. The blessings that's coming to those that are poor. That's the Israelites. It's not talking about the rich. You already rich. You already have everything. You the one making the fucking rules around here, man. This stupid ass coronavirus shit that's going on got people bugged the fuck out. Scared to get near somebody or touch somebody. They done made abnormal. They done made the weird is someone that don't have a mask, man. That's how fast they could change your way you live, man. And your perception on how you think life is supposed to go. The way that you buy and sell. They just changed it. In order for you to buy, you have to have gloves and masks. You know? So for guys out there that are Israelites, and you call yourself teachers and leaders, and you got a congregation behind you that believe in the teachings that you teach of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, you got to teach them that what? The chip is the RFID chip, man. Okay? The mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. They just changed the way that you buy and sell. Easily. Simple. Simple. Without even military force.
That's gradualism right there.
Yep.
See how the people want to react. It's okay, they fell for this, let's go with the next thing.
That was
You
easy.
don't fall for that? Yeah, exactly. We're gonna go with the next thing. I see this one dude talking about as far as like gloves and masks. I don't know if he was going to work, but he had a Tyvek suit on. I'm like, damn, in a mask. But I'm like, he got a whole full Tyvek suit. Brothers know what a Tyvek suit is. You know, and I'm like, damn.
That's the way Esau always moved, man. As brothers brought out, a gift destroys the heart. Because here it is, Esau will give you Christianity. He will give you a 401k. He will give you these things.
$1,200.
$1,200 because what? When you know, it gives you motivation. I got something to work towards now. I got something to work towards now. You know, my week was hard, but once I go to church on Sunday, I know Jesus going, you know, lift me back up. You know, and that's how it is, man. You know, so now as Akim is going into, people are dying. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, don't worry, I got this vaccine for you, man. You know, because when things are bad and there's no solution, any solution sounds good.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's
And
true.
talk about gradualism, man. You know, Esau has been giving up these vaccines for a while now, and you know, through these different social media sites, he listens to what the people saying. You know, he knows the state of his flock. All right, and a lot of people are saying. I've even heard a conversation myself of two women talking about what, she didn't vaccine her kids. You know, pretty much to that effect. She's like, what, is she fucking stupid? See, so now what's going to be any different from this coronavirus vaccine? They're going to have that same spirit, man. But this is all Psalms 64:6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. See, and Esau does a lot of different experiments, you know, simulations, all right?
Mind games.
Yeah, mind games, scenarios, you know, tests. Yo, Esau is good for that, man. And that's why he think that he's going to be able to prevail, man, because it's working so far. Okay? So it says, both but then you got us, that like the scriptures say, they are of another manner. That's why he can't stand us, man. You know? We're not irregular niggas that's just going to fall in line with our pants sagging, listening to this nigga music and shit like that. You know? Willy-nilly commit adultery out here, man. You know? And so forth, man. So that's why he fucking hates us, man. Because we in his word ultimately. And we remember what happened back in the days. What happened when you read this word? The brother was just saying it, but now guess what? We in this word, man. All right. It was the reason why they got that show, The Underground. They burned that fucking Jake's eyes out, bro. They burned his fucking eyes out, man, because he was reading the Bible. And his wife was trying to tell him, she's like, man, you gonna get in trouble reading that Bible, man. See, and his eyes got in trouble, man. But it was a reason why Esau did that, man.
Yep.
He's not stupid, because he knows that this is our power source, not no magic mushrooms, man. All right?
Right.
This is our power source, not the magic mushrooms.
And also too, that's why logic is always important, to use it before you go into your feelings, man. Stop being in your feelings and think on what's the logic reason for the situation. Because here it is, they would shoot our videos down like they were shooting at ducks in the goddamn woods, man. They shoot our videos down at a push of a button or at a wave of their devices that they have to shut down, your internet, man. They do that quickly with our videos, but here it is, you got a section of YouTube where they purposely promote with hundreds and thousands of views with transsexuals teaching preschool, man. Teaching kids that are fucking, excuse my French, that are 2-3 years old. You got transvestites, you got men dressed in drag, and they never get their videos taken down. They always taking down videos that are actually destroying their narrative. If they can't control the narrative and keep you sheep, then there's a problem going on. So they gotta murder the person that put out that information of truth. We're being murdered. Paul said that we are killed all the day long, man. We're killed all the day long through the epistles that we do, man. Through the shows that apostles and elders, brothers do here at GreatMillStone and other brothers around the four corners, man. We are killed all the day long. They murdered this truth, man. You got it out.
Yeah, I got something else. So you got something?
You got it.
Come on, man. That's why, man. You gotta really have it in your mind. All right. When you in this truth, man. Let's read this. This is Luke 14:28. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first and counteth the cost, whether ye have sufficient to finish it? See, so when you come into the truth, man, it comes that time and point where you gotta realize, man, that anything could pop off, man. All right. Matter of fact, before I go to sleep, I say, Esau, come get me tonight, man. Before I go here, Esau could come get me here. See? If you keep saying that to yourself, man, when that shit pops off, it ain't no surprise to you, man. That's part of counting the cost. Now, that's the worst case scenario. But even as they say, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Isaiah 59:19 could kick in. When Esau does try and come in, the standard could be lifted up against him. All right? And that's why scriptures also say, things are written aforetime as for our learning. Consider the acts that our fathers did, man. Because the same thing happened unto them, and the standard was lifted up for them from BaHaSham, Yahawah. Right? So it says, verse 29, thus happily, after he laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying, this man began to build and was not able to finish. Verse 31, or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first and consulted whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. Right? So you got to really sit, consider, marinate, and most importantly, have faith in Yahawashi. All right? And what's the best type of faith? Bold faith, man. That's the type of faith King David had, man. Right? And that's why, he's the king now, man.
I got a precept. This is Psalms 18 and 24. 25. With the merciful thou wilt shew thyself merciful. With an upright man thou wilt shew thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt shew thyself pure. And with the forward thou wilt shew thyself forward. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but will bring down high looks. Okay? So we just gotta believe on Yahawashi, man. And it's of course the balance to it, because hey, Esau may throw you a stimulus back, some stimulus money. Alright, it's in your account, you pay a bill, whatever. You ain't gonna send it back, fuck it. But at the same time, hey, we gotta learn when to turn off the switch, basically. All right, when to basically get out from under Esau's wing, man. You know, and it's a very subtle and quick transition, man. You know, and we gotta believe in Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, man. Believe that he's with us. So again, going back to Psalms 18 and 27, for thou wilt save the afflicted people, but will bring down high looks. All right, and that's what we're looking for, man. We're looking for Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi to save us, man. Because any gift from Esau, we understand that it comes with a cost, man. It always does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Proverbs 10, real quick, and 10:20. The tongue of the just is as choice silver, the heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, for fools die for want of wisdom. The blessing of Yahawah, all right, so you're seeing as we read the contrast, the difference between, you know, the blessings that come from a righteous man and blessings that come from a wicked man. All right, so it says the blessing of Yahawah, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it. You know?
Dang.
I got something that go up right quick. This is Lamentations chapter 3, verse 22. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not.
Mm.
Yep.
That's why we're not consumed. Scriptures also say Jacob not consumed because the Lord changed not. You know, I got a quick precept. This is Hebrews 4 and 9. It says, there remaineth therefore rest to the people of the Most High. For he that has entered into the rest, he also have ceased from his own works, as the Most High did from his. All right, and that rest represents the salvation of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. Now, verse 11, let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of the soul and spirit, and the joints and marrow, and the discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahawashi, the Son of the Most High, let us hold fast our profession. For we have now an high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin.
Right, so we gotta hold fast to what we have, even though, you know, it may not seem like a gift because you're catching hell with it, you know. But in the end, as it says in Sirach 2, all right, you know, depart not away, and in the end thou shalt be lifted up, or roughly paraphrasing, you know, as Yahawashi was, man.
Cleave unto him that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
Right, cleave unto him that thou may be increased at thy last end, man. Because Yahawashi died believing, he died. Before that, he was ridiculed. Before that, you know, Jake talked shit against him. You know, before that, his family. So you get the point, man. But it's still a reward, man. You know, but it's better than, you know, as the scriptures say, trying to save your life, because you're gonna lose it regardless, man.
Right.
You know.
Verse 16. Now here's the point. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need.
So you just gotta believe it, man. You just gotta believe it. That's what it is. Just like the brother said, what the scriptures say, let us therefore come boldly. You know, you just gotta believe that the faith that the Lord has given you is gonna hold you down, man. You know that the Lord will come through. You know, because a gift, yeah, you know, it may seem good at the time. You know, but as a brother, hey, y'all, you could bring that Proverbs 5 out again?
Got you right now. Proverbs chapter 5. Where you want me to start at?
You start at the top.
All right. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge.
And that's very important, man. The lessons that the Lord, even if you mess up, man, just still, hey, the Lord still got me there, you know, just learn from me and keep it moving. You know, because, hey, the time is coming where you gonna have to just get it, you know. Keep going up.
Yeah. Verse 3, for the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Right, so again, we went over that before about how Esau he will be strange as far as coming with a gift, man. It's nothing free. Everything comes with a price.
That's right. It says, because but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword.
Right, man. So to realize that you done messed up, you know, you gotta stay here. Esau's fucking your chip or a hacker's fucking your chip. You can't sleep. And then ultimately you get burned with 10 million degree Fahrenheit fire. How much more bitter you want to get, man?
Yeah.
If I can add to you real quick, brother, because you know Esau ain't giving up for free, man, right? This is Esau, Genesis 36:12, real quick. Then and Tanima was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. So Esau had a son named Eliphaz, man. All right, which bare Amalek. But when you go into Esau's son, Eliphaz, it means from the Hebrew word Allah. Alayapaz, right? Which means my God is fine gold, man. Right? So Esau literally named his son, my God is fine gold, man. Alright? That goes to show you that Esau's is greedy as fuck, man. His God is literally resources, man. Alright? Resources, man. That goes to show you the 49, the San Francisco 49ers, when he was all out there in the West, just digging and digging and digging for gold. See, that goes to show you why he came here to America, because really he was looking for more resources, man. You know, it goes to show you why they're out there in the Middle East right now trying to get their oil, because his God is fine gold. So if it's the same thing with our power, Yahawah. When they asked us if they could serve our power, we said you don't got nothing to do with our power, man. You know, we ourselves will build to the Most High. So it's the same thing with Esau. You think Esau's gonna share his power? You know, his God, which is resources, gold, money, oil, for free, with no strings attached? Hell no, man. Something's wrong with that, man.
Hey, we said this in the car earlier. You know it's something up when Esau is giving you money, all right, and also allowing Jake to wear masks. That's two things he would never allow.
Yeah.
He's gonna give up a penny for you to have, and then allow you to wear a mask around here. Something is up.
Yeah. No,
you know.
You know what? And there's a lot of stores in Elizabeth, Linden, and I know in New York as well, that actually have signs on them from years ago that say you can't walk into a store with a hoodie on. You know, we have cameras here. When you walk into the store, pull your hoodie down so we can watch your entire face. Now, Jake could walk in here like that with a full bandana on, and it's normal. That's there's something behind that.
Yeah, something's up his sleeve.
If anything, I'm more scared of motherfuckers walking around with masks and shit on. Like, you don't know what somebody up to, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for real.
Now it's normal. Well, certain banks you can't even go to the teller, but it's gonna come a point to where, say if they do open up and it's business as usual.
Clock.
Here it is. They got
please.
mask and gloves, and they approaching the bank teller. That's abnormal. You know.
I went to go cash my check the other day and I had to wear a mask.
Check that out.
I got a preset. This is basically going into basically how Esau is being strange, man. So this is First Maccabees 1:23. All right, I'll probably read down to like 32. It says he took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. You know, this is Esau being Esau, like brothers going into Esau's track record. You know, I remember the brother Kalab did a lesson about how a few years back, here it is, you know, Simeon, the so-called Dominicans living in poverty, but you still want to go over there and gold mine, man. You know? And really, when you go into the history, this is because Antiochus was pissed off that we wouldn't bow down to him, man. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Therefore, there was great mourning in Israel and in every place where they were, so that the princes and elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness.
It's locked down, because that's a heavy point, man. You know, the beauty of a woman is going to be changed out here, man. You know? And we caught a glimpse of that already. All right, you're not gonna be able to get your hair. All right, your hair from the hair salon, your nails. You know, get what they call pedicures, man, manicures. You know, you ain't gonna be able to. Nobody's gonna care about how you're dressing, all voluptuously. You know, it's gonna be about survival, and that's it, man. And then what's gonna happen when you don't have your feminine products that you need? There was a news article that said that when they was hoarding toilet paper, they were hoarding tampons as well, man. All right. So what's gonna happen when you run out of all this feminine products? You're gonna look different in that day, you know. And especially the northern women, you get hairy quick, you know. You ain't gonna be able to shave, and you're gonna look different, man. And beauty ain't gonna matter in that day.
Like the beast.
Word.
This is every bridegroom took up the invitation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. All right, they had that dust upon them. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collectors of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them. So here it is. All right, 2 years later, all right, you speaking sweet words as if shit didn't just happen, as if nothing just happened. And on top of that, you come with a multitude. You know, you don't come peaceably with a whole army. You know, you might come with a few of your friends, but you don't come peaceably with a whole army. And spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire. All right, so that wasn't enough for him. He set it on fire and pulled down the houses and walls thereof on every side.
Yeah, I got it. Understood that more.
Yeah, last close precept.
No, that was it.
This Psalms chapter 55, verse 20 and 21. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with them. He had broken his covenant. Covenant means agreement. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his mind. So it don't matter how much these devils offer you, or give you a 2,000 stimulus check every month if they wanted to, but it's still, it's still deceit. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So that's Esau's character. He's a murderer, and that's it. Straight to the point.
And don't be surprised if Esau try to act like these little stimulus checks is reparations for black people.
Right.
You know what I mean? And pull some shit like that, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's how Esau moves anyway, man. When you watch that show Billions, it's basically about how the I wouldn't say the elites, but billionaires move and shit like that. And it's never really like when you watch the J show, it's normally fist fighting, physical. But Esau, they fight with words, man.
Yeah.
Esau will say some shit to you, like, what the fuck? This shit, is motherfucker serious? He's smiling, but you can't tell if he's serious or what, man. That's how Esau fights you, man.
And they straight out of Compton too, with Jerry Heller. When Eazy-E wanted to retaliate, I think against Suge Knight. Like this is how we handle shit in the streets. And Jerry Heller, no. We hit their pockets. That's fucking straight devil, man. Yeah, we're gonna sue them. We hit their pockets. That's where it matters. See, the fuck out of here, man. See, Esau's. That's why his forefather's name is Eliphaz, man. All right, my God is fine gold, man. All Esau thinks about is money, man.
Yeah,
It's
He's
true.
gonna sue everybody every day, man.
That's in the scriptures too.
That's annoying.
That's what happens with these celebrities. Like, it is they can only really use their black card. You know what I'm saying? I remember Meek Mill, he even made the statement, they don't kill you, they just kill your account. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much stall him out, Debo.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? 'Cause at that point, here it is, you used to live in a certain lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You have to maintain the houses that you have, the cars that you may have bought, and everything like that. So now Esau is forcing you to play ball unless you're going to lose everything. And then it's like now you don't want to look as if you're an embarrassment. So what these celebrities, they take it already. Those gifts have pretty much blinded them, and to which they can't, because here it is, they're supposed to be the voice of the people. You know what I'm saying? But like the scripture say, the gates thereof languish. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is, they're in that position to where they can reach a multitude, but they don't use it for good, because they all know about the Israelites. What happened when Floyd Mayweather mentioned the Israelites?
Yeah.
His wife died, or his ex-wife died. His daughter went crazy with a nigga.
Yep. Stabbing a bitch.
NBA young boy stabbing a female and everything like that.
She got off.
And
Wow.
and his uncle Roger Mayweather passed away.
Yep.
You know, so he felt the trifecta after just mentioning Israelites. How much more the microchip being a mark of the beast, and how in depth, you know, the brothers go into it, man.
Bet you won't say it again.
Mention like,
Double dog dick.
or you mentioned celebrities like, getting money from Esau and shit. That's why you had that dude, Lil Baby, a rapper. He said his record company better give him $5 million, or he's going back to selling drugs.
Oh, he said he was playing this shit.
See? Oh, okay. All right. He wasn't playing though, because he's sitting on his ass anyway. All right. But you know what though? Elder Tazadaka made a beautiful point about these dudes who really think they're doing the big Will Smith and shit. How they get all these different estates, and it costs money to maintain that estate.
Yeah.
You got 2 football fields, all right, and you got the nice gardens and entrances and shit that got to be taken care of, man. So while you paying them off and shit, and you ain't getting no income because you ain't doing shows, you losing money quick.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to you scrambling to make money, man. All right.
Yeah.
So you a loser, man. You got your consolation, man. Really, you're a fucking loser.
Hey, brothers got closing precepts or whatever.
Um,
Because the title based on, gotta put it back out there. Beware of Greeks bearing gifts. Don't believe these Greeks, man. Don't take a gift, and then next thing you know, you don't have nothing to stand on no more, man. And then mainly, we do these shows for the elect, man. It's not for you 2/3, because you're not gonna see it, you're not gonna get it. But for the elect, the scriptures say we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. All right,
This is Proverbs chapter 20. I brought this out early in camp. Proverbs 26 and 25. When he speaketh fair, believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. And that says it all right there, man.
Walking abomination.
He's a walking abomination. Everything he says, there's always going to be a catch to it.
7 completion.
Yeah. 7 is completion.
Hey, the Most High made these Edomites, these Greeks, all right, to be the sons of the wicked. They're the sons of perdition being revealed in their time. And today's they're revealed. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all want to close. Anybody got anything else?
Yeah, one more. Pretty much it's just an account. It's just an account of I brought out in camp on how our forefathers actually applied Sirach 12 and 10. Samuel. But it was of the Lord anyhow. But this is 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 32. He pretty much finished the job. It says, "Then said Samuel, Bring ye hither to me Agag the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him delicately." See, and that's how these Edomites are coming unto us. That's how Trump is coming unto our people. Delicately, man, giving them money, giving them tender mercies, But that's how Agag came up to Samuel, man. All right, delicately, look, trying to be innocent, trying to look like he's sorrowful, complete Sirach 12 and 10 in effect, man. Crouching, Yet Samuel was taking good heed, right? It says again, then said Samuel, Bring ye hither to me Agag the king of the Amalekites. And Agag came unto him delicately. And Agag said, Surely the bitterness of death is past, right? Meaning, surely, you're over it, man. All right, surely you're gonna spare me from death, man. Because all the angry feelings that you felt is past. You're over it. And we can continue on forward. All right, I'm sorry for it. Even as his forefather Esau, try to seek the birthright with tears, man. Try to seek repentance with tears, but it wasn't even genuine tears, man. It wasn't. Yeah, carefully, man. Delicately, man. It says in verse 33. And Samuel said, As thy sword hath made woman childless, so shall thy mother be childless among women. and Samuel healed Agag in pieces before Yahawah and Gilgal, right? So he ain't fall for that shit. He didn't. You had last year, that nigga gave that woman, his brother's murderer, a hug.
Oh yeah.
Okay? Can't forget about that fucking nigga. Did Samuel say that? Because Agag came up delicately. You know, I'm real sorry, man, for everything that my forefathers did, and you know, can we hug it out? Samuel killed him into pieces, man. He said, get the fuck out of here. All right? Number one, because I was Yahawashi will. And then two, he supplied Sirach 12 and 10. He knew not to trust his enemies, man. You know? So now Donald Trump come in that same spirit. These Edomites come in that same spirit. You know? Trying to give us these goddamn stimulus packages to help us out. And you got niggas falling for it, man. You know? They said Trump got some soldiers over here, man. Because he gave them 1,200. 500 a kid's head, man.
Is that all your worth? Great.
You know? That's it.
Dust it off with this, but it's like 19 verses, so I'm gonna just read through. But the spirit hit somebody, then speak on it. But this is Sirach, chapter 13, verse 1. He that toucheth pit shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him. Burden not thyself above thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. For how agree the kettle and the earthen pot together? For if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken. The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth withal. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee. If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yea, he will make thee bear and will not be sorry for it. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee, and smile upon thee, and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair, and say, what wantest thou? What do you want? And he will shame thee by his meats, until he have drawn thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn afterwards. When he seeth thee, he will forsake thee, and shake his head at thee. Beware that thou be not deceived, and brought down in thy jollity. If thou be invited of a mighty man, which is his gifts, withdraw thyself, and so much the more will he invite thee.
Hey, they said that he'll drain you twice or thrice. Like, how many times have our people been duped by this government, man? Like, and every time they come on with a new pitch, and our people just fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, as if they don't know that this guy is that these people are liars, man.
Hey, that's that presidency. You know, each year they keep, you know, when Bush was president, I remember this, Bush killed the elections. He killed the presidency spirit for believing in that a president from the Democrat or Republic is a help. And then all of a sudden they brought up out of nowhere Barack Obama. So a so-called black man, which he's a Hamite, you know, came into the picture, and then all of a sudden it was this hope and believing in the plebeian and patricians, man.
Right.
That's all it is. And then when he passed, now you got Donald Trump, and everybody labeled him as a racist. He's this, he's that. But guess what? You seeing what's going on now? All of a sudden, you know, Trump, he was the most hated. He's gonna be the most favored coming elections.
Right. Oh hell yeah.
You know, so just going off with you know, land backing off what you said.
Yeah.
You know,
and then what's funny about that Bush election too? Everybody knew that whole controversy going on with Florida. Remember, and there was a couple other controversies where they had to do recounts, and all of a sudden this person ranked wrong, and people got outraged, and people already knew that this whole thing was
everybody knew that Bush stole the elections, and that time I remember. Everybody knew. My pops, they knew he stole that shit, man. Then all of a sudden, when Obama came on the scene, it was like the elections don't get rigged anymore.
Right.
You know, everything is back to being the way it was.
Yeah.
They keep giving you a false hope.
It was as if it was as if Obama beat the system.
Right.
These devils,
And guess
man.
what he did? Nothing for what you call so-called black people.
He
did a lot for
Trump
homosexuals.
did more for black people than than Barack Obama did, man.
And you can't compare a $1,200 stimulus payout to an Obama phone.
Right. Matter of fact, you know, not to keep hard, I know you got the last precept, but when Obama was president, there was more killing of Jake, man. There was more. That was the shooting. That was the spree. Of Jake being on camera getting shot dead by the police, man.
That was a mockery.
Yeah.
That's where Big Mike went. But they had the scripture he brought out, the spirit bear witness with our spirit, that we are the children of the Most High, because Lamentation, the 4th chapter says, our eyes have yet fell for our vain help.
Right.
And every year, man, our people looking at somebody to save them, something, looking at somebody to do something for them. You know, and Obama did a lot for homosexuals, but he ain't did a lot for you Negroes, man. You know, which he's supposed to be your people, which he's not. He's a Hamite.
Got definition. I'm gonna read Sirach chapter 13, verse 8. It says, "Beware that thou be not deceived and brought down in thy jollity."
Right, jollity is attractiveness. That's what Jake attracted to these stimulus checks. Beauty, elegancy, life of pleasure, festive, merry.
Well, when Barack Obama was president, he was trying to move like he was Jake. Playing basketball, left hand shooting. He was smooth. He was always eloquent with speech and how he handled himself. Nothing could faze him. You saw all the stand-up comics speak well of him, and they tried to imitate him, and it was like how cool our president is. What would you? Jeezy was saying, "Black president, our president is black." All that was going on.
Favorite rapper was Jay-Z and all that.
They made him like an Israelite. They made him like he was that cool. Like he was a Jake in office, the first black president, which he's not the first melanin president, you know. But they made it like he was this cool figure. Jolly. What's the word? Jolly.
Yeah.
It says, "If thou be invited of a mighty man, withdraw thyself, and so much the more will he invite thee. Press thou not upon him, lest thou be put back. Stand not far off, lest thou be forgotten. Affect not to be made equal unto him in talk, and believe not his many words. For with much communication will he tempt thee, and smiling upon thee will get out thy secrets."
Yeah, that's like when you go to buy a car or whatever, the salesman kind of see you on the fence. He over talk the shit out your. Like, you know, before you can even think about what you're gonna eat, over talk the shit out of you. Like, you saw, man.
Numbers.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. You know, you start to think like, wait, hold up. I got this car. I got maintenance. I got insurance. Don't worry about that. We'll work on that.
Next thing you know, you leave the lot with a brand new car, and your lot, your down, basically your payments a month for the car is about $350. Then the insurance is about $450, and then you forgot about the rent. And you had to pay at home because he is slick. They call him what? Oil slick car salesman.
Oil can Harry.
Yeah, because they be slick talkers. Yeah.
Right. And they want a lot of co-signers, man.
Right.
A lot of you used car salesmen, man.
Signing contracts.
And they like to try to find your pain points. You know, they try to get you to talk a lot, try to find pain points so they can capitalize on it.
You smiling for the first 5 minutes.
It said, verse 12, it says, "But cruelly he will lay up thy words and will not spare to do thee hurt and to put thee in prison." You know, Floyd, Mike Tyson.
Yeah, all of them.
Bill Cosby.
But you sign that contract, you're not your friend no more.
Bill Cosby.
Right. It says, "Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing when thou hearest these things. Awaken thy sleep. Love the Lord all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up in the poor." And that's essentially, you know, prey only see the bait, not the hook. You know, and the bait is these gifts that these devils is offering Jake. You know what I'm saying? But they don't see the hook that's coming behind it, which essentially is control. You know, the microchip, the mark of the beast that the Bible speaks of. You know?
And that scripture right there going to how the Most High is a separatist.
Yeah.
Everything just is separated.
Let it eat.
Yeah.
You know, you take that mark of the beast, you pretty much done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, one of these baits too is a lot of these women, man. You know, Jay think that they're about to
Yeah.
be living it up with all these women, but they're not even virgins. You know, they don't even know how to wash themselves correctly. They're not even really yours. You know, they're stealing from you, all right, and so forth, man. Wait to see what Yahawah Shemal bless us with, man. You know,
real
Yeah.
women.
Remember,
Real women.
real
yeah,
servants.
because remember, these women, what you're doing is just rehearsing the righteous act. You know, if your woman stop rehearsing, she gotta go. All right, she gotta go, because what we're doing is rehearsing. She been with somebody already. By law, you're an adulterer.
Yep.
So what you're doing is practicing and hoping, and she's not struck with any amazement, as the scriptures say, and that she's rehearsing to be a weaker vessel unto you and a help, as the scriptures say. So as soon as she stop being, all right, that help, and start being a demon, all right, and she stopped rehearsing, she's none of yours, man. She never was from the beginning, you know. So you know, brothers, stay strong when it comes to these women, you know, because these women, they not your salvation. You are the salvation, man. They gonna need you, you know. What David was speaking on when he committed adultery. All he had to do was ask the Lord, you know, for some more women. The Lord would have gave him plenty of more women, you know.
It's a light thing.
Yeah, it's a light thing, man. Hey, so, you know, with that, we hope this lesson was edifying. We want to give all praises to Yahawah,
BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. Shalom.
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 Rehearsing righteous acts.